It's good the way that, though. Dementia is a term for a group of symptoms: memory loss, poor reasoning, and changes in mood or behaviour that are severe enough to interfere with your daily life. I've chosen Lewy body dementia for personal experience. In a nursing home or health and wellbeing setting, the stage of Lewy body can make an individual vulnerable. There are 3 stages: mild, middle, and late. Dad is late care, which requires extensive assistance, although he's managing to hum into his dinner all right. A person can be vulnerable by having difficulty paying attention. Hallucinations. When you keep being told about seeing dogs and people and children and puddles, from my experience, it's hard to know what's real and what's not, especially in conversation. Is a statement true or false? Making them vulnerable by just dismissing what they say as fiction. Like with hallucinations, we have delusions, strong beliefs that are not true, and mood changes, anxiety, depression, nice spoonful, making the patient mentally vulnerable by terrible feelings of sadness and a loss of lifestyle they knew they once had, making them vulnerable to suicidal thoughts. Visual and spatial differences, making people with a Lewy body prone to falls. Have you had a fall lately? Yeah. The inability to regulate body function makes them vulnerable to infections and skin irritations. Sensory changes and reduced sensitivity to cold can act as a catalyst for hypothermia. And number 6, which has been an issue nursing with my dad with Lewy body, as the protein in the brains that are attached are not there anymore. An increased drug sensitivity makes them very vulnerable to severe side effects from drugs, sometimes going catatonic, which if the patient is in isolation, which you're not, makes them terribly vulnerable. And also number 8, shuffling. Falls are imminent, making increased risk of breaking bones and concussions. You haven't fallen over yet, have you? Today? No. But I do encourage Dad to walk with his hands out so he falls on his front, hey? Yeah. I'd say the main thing is it's hard to communicate with someone with Lewy body dementia, although today seems to have been quite a good day. The principal problem with Dad is medications and instructions, 90% of what are not carried out. Imagine how financially vulnerable a patient could be if they couldn't understand what was going on and someone had access to their accounts or PIN number. But I believe their personality shines through. Every so often we get humour. It's in a nice memory. And the best ones are a big thank you and I love you, boy. In conclusion, I didn't want to say in conclusion, but in conclusion, being isolated, having limited funds, being undiagnosed, and an inability to understand and make decisions, like a baby really, makes people with Lewy body dementia very, very vulnerable. Well, that's a good bit of potato there, mate. Give it a...